Hey, my darlings, this is looking behind the scenes at the shadow self and the shadow self that actually all spiritual teachers, new age gurus, influencers, including myself, have. That is hidden behind the hype, behind the trends, and behind the persona that is perpetuated in the media, in marketing, and everything else. It is a fallacy that we all have it all together. We live in multidimensional worlds, and that world includes the 3D, the body, the human experience, as well as the soul, the higher self, the oversoul, divine, and every other multidimensional thing you can think of, orbs, ETs, spirits, blah, blah, blah. And nobody is living a perfected life. Nobody that I have met, and I mentor healers and coaches, which is what brought me to doing Shadowlands, because I hear the behind the scenes stories. I see what is marketed and what is sold, what is done. Very effective people, I have to say. I'm not knocking that. And I mentor and I guide and I clear through what people are experiencing in the behind the scenes life, including myself, right? I don't live a perfected life. I don't have it all together. I have my flaws, and we all do. And it's coming to the surface now with your spiritual gurus. And more of them are going to be named because, and I'm not talking just Epstein, I'm talking authenticity and living the teachings. And yes, we can walk our talk, but that doesn't mean that everything is inlined, aligned, as is said is the new trend word, right? It doesn't mean that we are all perfectly attuned and can clear off the dross all the time. It's time to be vulnerable. It's time to be authentic. Authenticity is the order of the day, especially now in this times of AI when you don't even know whose voice is whose and whose, avatar is real or not real. It is time, because otherwise it becomes misleading. And with this work comes responsibility. And the responsibility is to be real. It is to have that vulnerability. It is to admit to those places where it's not working. Okay? So this is what we're doing. And I am, as I've said before, going to be posting up a lot of these things now. So you know that it's okay. There is no performance that you have to do. There is nothing you have to be. To be an embodied soul is to be experiencing it all. It's to be listening to the body, listening to the child, listening to the emotions, listening to the crazy voice that goes on in your head, and allowing yourself to move through it. We're all going through it, all of us. And the pretty pictures and the pretty marketing, it's not the truth. It's partly the truth, perhaps, depending on who's doing it, but it's not the truth. The truth is everyone's struggling at the moment. I know so many people that I'm speaking to who are intuitives, who are healers, energy workers, mentors themselves, who behind the scenes are not doing so well. And I myself have crumbled over these last couple of days and needed to reach out to my people to have connection, to bring myself back into myself, to remove the fears, the anxieties, and everything else that are coming up on an individual and collective level. So this is the shadow. This is the shadow. It needs to come out to be seen. And as I've always said, the brighter the light, the bigger the shadow, right? As much as you can do the energy work and things in the light, there is in this world of polarity equally dark, should you so choose to go there. Hopefully you won't, but it means you need to be aware of it. So shadow work is there for a reason. It's not there as a trendy modality or a trendy thing to look at. This is not the zeitgeist that, you know, people are looking at. It's because it's necessary. Know thyself, all of you. And we need to sometimes dig it out. Sometimes it's so deep we can't see it. You know, for me, that included having people going deep into my psyche and my being yesterday. Not something I allow very often, because I find it very challenging to be vulnerable. You know, someone said to me, I'm constant. Well, two people actually said to me in different words, I'm in the high priestess archetype. I'm in the elder archetype. And they feel intimidated by me, or they feel it disrespectful to tell me what they see as the truth of who they see. And I needed to own that. I needed to own my own defenses. I needed to own that I do come off sometimes as this high priestess, because I am the high priestess, right? But what is below the high priestess? What is below the high priestess? The high priestess can actually be a defense mechanism in the world of energy and mentoring. You know, it took me a while to be able to receive that and accept that. Although I have seen it in myself, I put it away. You know, it's easier for people to look upon me in that way than it is for them also to see my vulnerabilities, to see me crumbling, to see me in tears, to see me saying, actually, I'm over it. I don't want to be doing this anymore. Now, I'm not the only high priestess been saying that recently. We're all questioning our purpose. We're all questioning, what is this about? All light workers who are not spiritually bypassing and using false positivity to get through life. All light workers are questioning this, and it needs to be questioned, because those things that are hidden are the things that actually, if we're not careful, will come up like a freaking ferocious dragon and burn someone, including the self. So that's all I have to say today on the Shadowlands. And look at yourself. If you are in a position of influence, it doesn't matter what part of influencing you are doing. If you are in a position of mentoring and guiding, look, right? And move through or integrate. And we'll be talking about that at another time. Anyway, lots of love, my darlings, as always.